Alright, folks. So tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw was in New Jersey. Yeah, nuts. From Boston, Massachusetts, would expect I freaking hate it. And that's New York and New Jersey. But anyways, so tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw, no surprisingly, didn't really start for the Authority, but it's kicked off with Seth Rollins. That's right, the All-Out X-Men, Seth Rollins, and cutting a promo about how he's gonna give his own spin at the Daily Show tonight, and hopefully that Jersey's own Jon Stewart will be there tonight. And out comes Roman Reigns, make it rain his bitch baby girl and show my dog face straight up his ass. Roman Reigns. God. You see that wall? See that beautiful wall right there? Beautiful white wall. That has more charisma than Roman Reigns at this point. It's like, anywho, Roman Reigns. That's another boring, pointless promo. And, yeah. Little build up for tonight's main event, which is Rollins vs. Reigns. I'll get to that a little later on. So then we have, oh god. We have Dean Ambrose versus Bad News Barrett. Okay little matchup. I can't believe I'm saying this as a fan of Bad News Barrett. That, at this point, you can make a case that Santino Marella is a more credible IC champion than, Wade Barrett. I should say Bad News Barrett. Ambrose wins cleanly. Decent match. R-Truth once again was on commentary. He says that he will be in the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. And out comes Luke Harper. Yeah. And weirdly enough, just takes a belt and walks away. I didn't know the IC belt was a hardcore title all of a sudden, but okay. So yeah, that was interesting. So I'll get to that a little later on. Then we had The Miz doing the stick with Sandow backstage. Now, how sad is it that the main event at WrestleMania for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, is the main event? Meanwhile, you have Miz and Sandow, who to me personally, I'm more interested in their feud and I care more so about it than the main event at WrestleMania. Got a problem there, WWE, just saying. And I'm gonna speak on the Miz fan. You guys know that by now. If you know that by now. If you haven't, you're lost, boy. But anyways, so Bray Wyatt cuts another promo. Talks about how there's a fire in him and that he needs to let a casket on fire and he's looking for the Undertaker. I've said this before. I'm saying it again. Enough. All right, like. Oh God, Taker at this point is just so freaking weak and old. Like, he needs to retire. I mean, I'm a fan of the Taker. I'm not saying, oh, go to hell, Taker. Just, nice. Anyways, so then we had a mixed tag team match play. Natalia, yeah, baby. God, remember that was her song? Cesaro, Tyson Kidd, of course, tag team champions, versus Usos and Naomi. Short little mixed tag match. I thought they would maybe have this at Mania. I guess not. Just typical. I guess at Mania they're just gonna have typical Cesaro and Kidd versus Usos for the tag titles. Okay matchup. And Naomi and Usos win. Natalia gets upset, and he also Tyson Kidd for he tagged her in when he knew she was hurt, and God, enough with this total divas crap. Who the hell watches that show anymore? Honestly, 12-year-old girls. Speaking of 12-year-old girls, get to that later. Oh, God. So, cuts in the ring, cuts promo. Again, he wants a rematch with Bruce. So I guess Cena wants to relive WrestleMania 20 all over again, aka when he won the United States Championship, because he wants a rematch with Rusev. And, he said again he wants the rematch, and out comes Queen Stephanie McMahon. She comes in the ring and she says, imagine WrestleMania without John Cena. MILF of the century, I will answer you this. That'd be glorious. Anyways, so out comes afterwards Curtis Axel. Axelmania is running wild, brother. Oh, God. And then Axel has a match with Cena. Cena kills him about in a minute and a half after the very intensified STF And Cena wins. And Rusev is just on the stage like, yeah. Not really, but see how Rusev's just, staring at, Cena. And as long as Cena's on the main event, I'm fine with that. By the way, when the hell is Sheamus coming? Just saying, fella. So, God cuts a promo, yes, sir. Since apparently also there's going to be a 24 segment, or 24 special, I should say, on the network about Booker T 5 time, blah. What the hell? You know, they kind of advertised that while during his little God's promo. And he asked Booker T to come in the ring. Of course, God's talking about WCW, of course. Booker T, 5-time WCW champion, says that he's going to kill Sting. And that he's not going to kill Sting, he's going to destroy Sting, I should say, excuse me. And that he's going to fire Booker T. And he fires Booker T right then and there. LOL, just kidding, because 5 minutes later he rehires him. Yeah, if you thought the whole Emma firing, rehiring last year was confusing and hilarious, you'll love this. Except for that was real, this is obviously scripted. So, we had the Divas Championship match. Hashtag give Divas a chance. The Crumpa Page versus the Big Titty Wonder Woman Bella with her remote hippie Bella sister, who, you guys know me, I find Nikki a hell of a lot more attractive, but I find Brie a lot more entertaining in the ring, and to me, when you're more entertaining, you should be saying more things or doing more things than saying, come on, Nikki. That got old real quick. So the match happens. Okay, little Divas match. About, I think it was like 5-6 minutes. So instead of 30 seconds like last week, we got a 6-minute match. Whoa, I know, right? Paige hits the PTO on Nikki Bella. Looks like she's about to maybe tap out. Bray comes into the ring, breaks it up. Disqualification. Paige wins by DQ, but of course you guys know stick by now. Nikki retains, and now it comes, let's light it up. 12-year-old Miss April Brooks, Jersey's own April Brooks, makes her return. And her and Paige clean house of the Bellas. Because this wasn't predictable at all that we were going to get a tag team match at WrestleMania between these 4 lovely ladies. I did not miss this anorexic bitch, alright? I'm just going to go and say that now, alright? God, why did she freaking come back? Go for it. Just couldn't. Anyways, so speaking of that, we had this spin-off of The Daily Show with Seth Rollins, and this was actually pretty entertaining, This was actually fun. This kind of made up for that stupid BS segment prior to this. A certain return that, again, I don't want to, say because it was stupid. But anyways, yeah. This was, by the way, I gotta say this one last time. Is just me, or is AJ gonna die? Like, that bitch is getting skinnier and skinnier. What's she, like 75 pounds now? Like, good lord, I can see her bones perfectly fine. Don't want to see that shit. And I guess her and Paige are just friends now all of a sudden. Like I said on Twitter. By the way, link down in the description box. Can't follow me on Twitter. And, so, back to this Seth Rollins segment. Pretty good, pretty entertaining. A little spin-off, little parody of Jon Stewart's. He calls out Stewart to come out. Jon Stewart comes out. I'm thinking, oh yes, Jon Stewart, the guy who played Zack and Cody's foster father, or I should say father, and Big Daddy. That was a good movie, though. Honestly, though. Back to this. Jon Stewart, I'll give Jon Stewart credit, excuse me. It seems like whenever WWE brings in the celebrity guest hosts, it's stupid because the guest host doesn't want to be there, they just don't seem interested, and it just comes off flat. Jon Stewart seemed like he really wanted to be there, and I think he did a pretty good job. He got a better promo than freaking half the freaking roster. Yes, including Make It Rain, bitch. Yeah, Mr. WrestleMania. But yeah, this was pretty entertaining. I mean, we brought up names such as, by the way, they brought in the Olsen, WWE brought up the Olsen twins twice. The freaking AJ and Paige talks segment backstage with Renee Young, and here. I'm like, okay, the Olsen twins are mentioned more times tonight than they have been in the last decade by anyone with a soul. But anyway, but that was cool. Jon Stewart brought, he just brought stuff up like Bruno Sammartino and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Granted the older names was pretty funny, but comes to save the day after Rollins and JJ Security look like they're about to kill Jon Stewart, and Stewart hits the kicks Seth Rollins in the smoke package because he get it a few weeks ago. He had the nude pics and no, but yeah, he did actually hit Seth Rollins in a low blow and ran out of the ring. So yeah, that was pretty much it. So then we have a match between Luke Harper versus Daniel Bryan. Okay, little matchup, not too bad. Harper comes out with the IC title that he had stolen. And then after the matchup, I believe it was R-Truth that came out and he was going to get the championship, and Luke Harper took it and then hit the discus clothesline on Truth. And this was right after Barrett tried taking it. And then Ambrose wanted to take it, and then freaking Barrett, no, it wasn't Barrett, no, the Harper got it back, and then Harper got super kicked in the face by Dolph Ziggler. I'm like, okay, Shawn Michaels, chill out there. And he gets on top of the ladder. Bryan does the yes chant after Bryan won the match. And I'm going, you know what? Say what you want about this clusterfuck of a match is going to be at WrestleMania for the IC title in the ladder match. It's going to be entertaining. I mean, you have Ambrose, you have Ziggler, you have Bryan. I mean, you have Harper. You got a lot of good workers in that matchup. So it could be pretty good. More entertaining than the main event, that's for damn sure. So next we get a little video package of Medusa, otherwise known as Alundra Blaze, is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. So I guess she's just going to be, the sole, former WWE diva, being inducted into the Hall of Fame. And I think that's actually pretty good. Alundra Blaze, I believe she's a 3-time women's champion. Obviously, the infamous segment that she did in WCW Nitro when she jumped ship and threw the, at the time, WWF Women's Championship in the trash can. Yeah, her career went downhill afterwards. But yeah. So then we had Paul Heyman come out, and he got a pretty interesting promo, and this was freaking hilarious. Oh my god. He talks about how, Lesnar could be wherever he wants before and after WrestleMania. Obviously talking about, UFC main event, UFC pay-per-view that happened this past weekend on Saturday night. And Lesnar might go Ronda Rousey on Roman Reigns' ass. Holy shit, that was great. I loved it. This was great. Heyman just went off. That was just lovely to see. So welcome Rick for his main event match with Seth Rollins. And, Roman Reigns, I don't know, this is so much of him improving, or the fact that he actually had someone that could help him in a match, kind of like Daniel Bryan did at Fastlane. Good worker with him. Roman Reigns actually, as Vince McMahon says infamously, Roman looked strong in this matchup. Yes, he looked strong, he looked good, he looked somewhat impressive. You had Orton, believe it or not, he kept on using the psychology of basically screwing with Seth Rollins' mind for the second straight week, and actually helped Seth win the match. Seth wins by the roll-up. Gotta make Roman look strong. Can't have that curb stomp on Roman Reigns. No. And Long Lost X-Men beats the Robotic Reigns. With a little help, of course, Randy Orton. And then you had Roman Reigns get his revenge. Could believe that. Hits a spear when freaking Rollins was jumping off the top rope. That was actually a sick looking spear. I'll admit that. And then he did this big, huge crossbody right over the ring apron, which was kind of like Undertaker-esque in some sort of way. It was okay. Gotta give the devil his dues in that scenario, kind of like I did at Fastlane. But yes, that was pretty much Monday Night Raw, guys. Overall, not a bad show. I had a few segments that, again, I'd wish to never speak of again. But other than that, pretty good. Not a bad show. Kicking off road to WrestleMania, of course. Just a little less than 4 weeks away. So tell me what you guys think about Monday Night Raw tonight. Comment down below. Subscribe if you have not. And once again, follow me on Twitter. The link will be down in the description box as usual. And I'll catch you later. Peace.